Aberdeen having a big second half so far. Inside, Moreno. And that's 4 second half assists for Denzel Aberdeen.
It's the pace that he plays with. Nonetheless, look at that. Handling the ball, controlling the ball. And the pace is contagious. Once you play at the right pace, guys under.
Much different pace of a game here in the second half from both sides. Good roll, Moreno, the tough catch, and gets it to go down.
It becomes contagious. When everybody sees a couple threes going in, it makes everybody focus a little bit more, and it becomes contagious. Great pass.
What a pass.
And a great dunk in by Moreno. Great post position. Teams to match up in defensive transition when anyone can bring the ball up the court.
There's a lob for Moreno, finished at the rim.
Great vision.
How about
great
this nice
vision here by Lowe.
Travis?
Great roll to the basket by Moreno. Great hands. That's not an easy score, that's for sure.
Hopoi driving to the basket, got altered by Moreno. Top of the key. Jasper wants the lob, finds Moreno and a dunk. FIBA Asian Cup, put up good numbers there, double-double he averaged against international players.
A little ISO inside.
Moreno working on him. Moreno, good move
nice
to the basket
footwork.
to his left.
Great footwork, step through, back to his left, but very patient. Picked up the pace a little bit here, putting a little bit more pressure. But that can happen when you get Kentucky to miss a few shots.
Lowe picks his pocket, gets it out ahead to Moreno. He's grabbed. Layup is in. They haven't counted it yet.
What a pass here by Jalen Lowe, falling down and just heaving it forward. Malachi Moreno, for his size, 7 foot, 7'1".
Really spicy after the Louisville win over Jackson State last night, and the annual pregame talk between the two fan bases is already underway as they find Moreno out in front. What a feed from Jasper. 2 freshmen teaming up for the dunk. Feed from Jasper Johnson.
Great pass, good finish.
This winner no longer here as well.
Yeah, that's just the tough part of today's college athletics.
There's the lob for Moreno, finished at the rim. Double-double, 16 and 10 for the big man here on SECN+. Returning guys as well. Moreno down low, wide open as he spun to the basket, finishes with a dunk.
Your Kentucky is Isaac McNeely. The Virginia transfer knocks it down.
And Khalifa, such a good passer.
Up top again, another assist for Lowe. This time it's the freshman Malachi Moreno from Georgetown, Kentucky.
Taking ability. Left-hander throws it up. Gets 2 lob dunks in a row for Kentucky staff.
Moreno with McNeely on him, lays it in.
First Moreno kept it alive, but then Khalifa for Louisville.
Hadley misses the 3. Williams in transition. Nice pass. Moreno, the assist from Aberdeen. And there's a lot of clock left in this game, and it's down to 6. And now Pat Kelsey wants a timeout.
Malachi Moreno right down the center. And an excellent delivery by Denzel Aberdeen.
And missed the Valparaiso game, was healthy for Louisville, but did not play. Here he is trying to fight through a screen. Jasper, give and go with Malachi. Moreno lays it off the glass and in.
It's great action. Freshman to freshman there.
Either way, like a receiver, pulling it down without a fair catch is Chandler. Goes backdoor, got it knocked loose. Kind of a frenetic pace, but a wide open Moreno jams it in.
Really good effort, second effort, third effort by Kentucky on that possession. Felt getting to the basket, finishing strong. Coach Pope really harps on being their gap coverage, making sure that there's a wall. Kentucky's done a great job of building that wall, not giving Eastern Illinois open looks.
Jasper Johnson, a nice job at getting a look for a 3 in the corner. It was no good, but Moreno cleans it up, and he's got an and one opportunity.
Gets it, finishes. Great kick. Mo Diabate still working on that 3, something he's going to continue to try to do. But
Well, we talked about it earlier. This is a great opportunity for Jasper Johnson.
It's a nice set play out of him. That's Jacoby didn't make it, but that's a really
They got him
good
a
set
good
play.
look.
Yes. Look at
Out
Malachi
front, Moreno on a jam as he ran forward and beat everybody down the floor.
That's a 7-footer running the court and being the first man down the court.
5-point turnaround in transition. Bad decision leads to an open three on the other end.
Yelovich, who was not much of a factor at all in the first half, misses the three, but Malachi Moreno, who did give Mark Pope some good minutes in the opening 20 minutes, lays in the rebound.
Division III John Hopkins, where he won 81% of his games, and Moreno with a two-hand finish. They find Theodosio. Almost a triple team in the lane. Moreno stayed with him. It'll be Kentucky ball. Speed. They'll hand it off to Stemke. Springer down the right, and Moreno stuffs the shot.
It's one of those difference makers for Moreno. 7'1", stand there. Straight up.
And we talked to Coach Pope pregame. He was doing his interview with Tom Leach as Moreno gets the nice feed in the layup. And Oyola's 4 of 16 from beyond the arc. They've attempted 28 shots total. Theodosio, Moreno's saying, get that out of here.
Coming in.
What a safety net down low that is.
Williams hasn't quite caught fire from the three-point line yet, but you mentioned it earlier. 5 rebounds in that first half, 7 points.
His first start as a Wildcat. Kentucky rejects another. 7 minutes left.
Well, in that zone.
Ooh. Some fancy moves there by Johnson. The lob to Moreno.
Great job by Jasper Johnson. Garrison with 10, Moreno with 8, Williams with 9.
Johnson baseline give to Moreno for the two-hand flush. 6 in double figures, maybe 7. Moreno's a basket away. Johnson from the logo. Grabbed his own miss. And he finds Moreno, and there's another one in double figures.
Freshman to freshman.
Percentage points better than the Cats so far tonight. That one too strong. And here's Aberdeen out in front. And then left another one at the rim. Second chance points for Moreno. 18 from 3. Cats not much better at 3 for 12.
I do think Kentucky, there it is.
Whoa, blind look from Chandler. Another no-look pass leads to a bucket.
And even though
it's Cameron for 3, that's off. Rebounded by Yelovich.
This is where I'd like to see Chandler keep going towards the basket. There it is.
And Moreno cleans it up.
I think oftentimes when Chandler's pushing in transition, if it's not wide open, he just kind of stops at the three-point line.
Kentucky and Colin Chandler with a comfortable advantage over Tennessee Tech.
He's having to play in a starting role. It's not just about, hey, come off the bench, score, play defense. He's got to get others involved.
Moreno with the jam.
Medium range, he's automatic. He really is. It's a distance, a three-point shot. He's got to work on.
Pull up in the drop inside for the big, and Moreno will cash in.
Spacing for other players.
This is what he's good at right here. Look at that.
The move's there, but a terrific block by Moreno. Duke with an impressive win over the reigning national champs, the Florida Gators, at Cameron Indoor right before this game. Owe on the top of the slam, and Moreno.
Nice play right there, good penetration.
You have found it right there with Caleb Wilson and Owe doing everything you can. We got a tight one. This one's going to come down to the wire.
Shot clock inside 10 here for North Carolina. Bessar commanding the ball again. Dixon to the baseline, drives it. It's Moreno once again with the stop as the shot clock expires.
Purdue, then they lose to Georgetown exhibition games and obviously losing to 2 top 25 opponents. But, you know, this season is a marathon, not a sprint. You hope they can get it.
I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that this year. They haven't obviously so far because of the injuries, but it's hard to play 10 or 11 guys. Mark Few talked with us about that today. As finally Moreno is a factor on the inside. His first 2 started by a Johnson drive. Well, Johnson is not I don't think he's a natural point guard. He can get downhill, but
three-pointers than they ever have. They score more points than they ever have. They also schedule differently than they ever have. The idea of cupcakes, gone. You look.
Moreno goes right past Carver with a two-hand jam.
Find the option in pinpoint passes, resulting in easy layups.
Aberdeen slips it to Moreno and the left-hand finish.
Good job by Kentucky's got to move the ball from side to side. You want to see if you can get back to that third side.
No, but Moreno there to clean it up. He has great touch.
Move by Gage Lattimore. Use that rhythm dribble to get right into his shot, and he knocks it down.
Aberdeen zips it inside Moreno with a two-hand jam.
Good patience there. And Malachi Moreno in the seal on the duck in with a nice pinpointed pass. Well, the ball moves around, but Malachi Moreno, there he is. He's working in space right there in that restricted area, and he uses that frame of being the preseason SEC Player of the Year.
Moreno just taking it himself. Bully ball lays it in. Boy, has he grown up fast.
Ability to be able to quickly get these guys to buy in. He said a lot of it's had to do with the love that he's been able to share with these guys.
Noah with the lob to Moreno.
Well, it's the activity, getting multiple cracks at it in Kentucky. Great effort going up top. Noah with the alley-oop. Moreno.
Right shoulder. And Mark Pope said he would be day-to-day for the rest of the season. It's sort of that injury, not dealing with any pain, but just instability. A nice feed inside to Moreno.
Moreno's been doing a good job in their screen roll action.
We get all five guys back because of his length and size. Both teams are really good in the half court.
Hager throw the muscle.
Oh, and what a move, and rejected out of there by Moreno. How active was that weak side defense? Yeah, it was really good. They got size on the backside. With a really good one-on-one post-up.
The 16th block of the year by Moreno, and he got all of this one.
And here comes the weak side help. That ball's on its way. So well coached and scouted.
Good defense by Kentucky so far. That's what they showed against Indiana. They win last week. Another block shot.
Number 3 early.
Tie game for the second time here with 11:15 to go, first half.
He's trying to blow up that screen. Nice pass.
Great feed by Chandler.
And nobody at home in the back. You got to take the roll guy, bump him if possible.
Nice drive up and under.
Nice. Pretty good defensive play, but it's tough to cover the weak side. It is, so when Edgy goes over to block the shot.
And Aberdeen on top 5 on the shot clock.
Look at that challenge.
Hurry that one. Moreno again underneath, keeps it alive and scores it.
Wow. Pretty good effort. I tried to cover that time. This is playing for Rick Pitino. He changes your game. He demands you to play at both ends.
Aberdeen leaves it for Moreno.
And that gamble by Darling at half court cost them. Yep. Stay steady.
Because you're not locked into your man. When you're man to man, you're right by your man, you turn. Boom, big job. That's a big time finish for Moreno.
Inside of Moreno. Got a size advantage on Allen, and he pays it off.
Well, he just spun right around Amari Allen. Allen got him off the lane for that catch. Thing happened. Well, you just kind of sell out trying to get that steal, which is a low percentage play. You just want to keep him out of the lane, make Moreno make a shot.
Right knee injury suffered in the first half. Williamson giving Alabama big minutes. Lowe, the lefty. Moreno, the follow.
Well, they gave up the offensive rebound, but 2 really good closeouts to take away 3-point opportunities.
The key. And now Aberdeen, Moreno got away with a push-up on Cruz and a two-hand flush finish.
It's a good job by Moreno.
Owe has a big advantage against the slight Missouri backcourt. Moreno rolls it home. 7-footer from down the road in Georgetown. Has 2 buckets tonight. Lost his footing. Reversed it. Couldn't finish. Mitchell down. Numbers for the Cats the opposite way. 5 on 4. To Moreno. for Mizzou. Here's Mitchell trying to go high-low. Phillips on Moreno. Whoa, what a move by Phillips. Moreno erases it.
This is the complimentary basketball. Moreno doesn't give up on the play. After he gets beat, he recovers with that length. And Oweh.
In their 7th different starting lineup there without Jaden Quaintance tonight, dealing with some swelling in that knee, in which he had surgery to repair a torn ACL. Meanwhile, Malachi Moreno puts Kentucky on the board.
The post, that type of cut action created the confusion with Mississippi State in the easy layup.
Moreno picked the pocket of Hubbard. Largest lead of the game for Kentucky at 3. Jasper Johnson, no, and Moreno the tap back jam. Out. Williams, Moreno back to Williams. Corner kick, Aberdeen. Extra pass, Moreno had to get it off quickly and beats the buzzer.
Good hands right there by the 7-footer. He went down low, and he was able to pull that one in to the hat.
Chandler again, same spot, missed. Moreno rebound in the putback.
Go to work, big fella.
To play the way they had to play, according to Chris Jans. Part of that was scrappiness. Oweh rejected by Ballard. And Moreno, right place, right time with the jam.
There he is. Malachi Moreno. They could have laid it up, but you can see as the rotation from Ballard comes over to get a piece of that rejection, nobody V's back on Malachi Moreno, and the freshman there.
7-footer.
Yes, it was. And a load when he started doing those spin moves and pirouettes. Beautiful footwork and finesse.
Floater to Moreno.
Great job. The weak side. This is what's going to result in Kentucky getting the basket.
Aberdeen, nifty behind the back pass to Moreno.
That's good two-man work right there.
He's a guy that rebounds, defends, scoring is icing on the cake for him.
Man out of Spain, played some ball at UC Davis before coming to LSU, and there goes Moreno with a left hand. Chain, good defense there by Chandler. McKinnon blocked. Moreno will leave him open, takes it to the basket and count it. He'll head to the line. 3-point opportunity.
He's got more aggressive trying to score the basketball over the last 3 ball games, and he's had a lot of success doing it. You see the big fella finishing at the rim through contact. Love the way he's playing right now in terms of scoring in the post.
Shot clock dips into single digits. Moreno, they leave him open for the dunk. Got right past Robert Miller.
Aberdeen, great job attacking that drop coverage with the chance for a big guy to come up and catch the ball.
Long throw in, caught by Moreno, the jumper, got it! The Cats come back to win!
We got to see if that was good. That's the home run play right there, Dave. That's exactly what we were just talking about.
Malachi Moreno, the freshman, a catch and shoot. Second look right here. The 7-footer caught it over Robert Miller. Catch and shoot, and that is out of his hands, folks. That is a Kentucky win.
That is the ball game.
What a comeback, down 18 in the second half.
After review, it is a good basket. There's no time left on the clock. Game is over.
And Moreno plays 8 minutes.
Because there was no possession before the ball went into the backcourt. It was just a loose ball. Carey takes the feed from Gillespie, smothered by Moreno. Kentucky's got it down to 4 again. Gillespie gets a piece of the paint, blocked by Moreno.
Opens up the lane for Gillespie. And if you go to block the shot, that opens up the offensive glass.
Moreno with great low position, and he is going to the line with a chance for 3.
No, and a tap out to Tremont Mark.
Volkatitis might have had that tipped. Pope defended by Aberdeen. Step back fadeaway. Volkatitis sent away by Moreno, and the two big men getting into it in the paint. Pope steps into a three. Texas 0 for 7 from distance.
Not a lot of balance there.
Moreno with the run-out jam. And a timeout taken by Sean Miller.
It's a transition, a head-up and an on-target pass by Chandler and Malachi Moreno.
Aberdeen corner three. Moreno, offensive rebound, counted in the foul. 7-foot freshman, flexing his physicality in the paint.
He gets that switch and mismatch, and you got the big man, Malachi Moreno, there on the guard fighting for the offensive rebound. Definitely excited about that, but you're trying to see how this Wildcat squad is going to finish in a physical game.
That's a great finish to that possession by Moreno, a block of Volkatitis.
Kentucky here in the second half. And there you see the big man Moreno growing up.
Say 7-0 Texas run. They've had a couple of those tonight. Simeon Welcher blocked. Moreno now in a foot race. Away! Was fouled by Welcher.
In rebounding to start this game.
Tanner, nice little pass inside. There is contact, no call. And Moreno picks up the block. He gets about 2 a game. Absolutely huge pieces. And that Tanner would make a leap forward. Certainly not to the degree that he has. But McLaughlin doesn't do all the sexy things. He does the dirty things. And he's done just what Byington wanted. And tonight, 2 of 2 from 3.
Yeah, and then finally Kentucky gets something done. But
turns up the energy and the heat.
Kentucky currently tied for 4th place in the SEC. Arkansas tied for 2nd as Moreno scores inside.
I'm a huge fan of this kid, Dave.
Shot clock inside of 10 seconds. Oway going baseline. Inside pass, Moreno with the stuff.
His ability, Oway, to be a downhill driver really has caused problems for Arkansas.
Piece of that, his 4th block. Richmond fires down court. Ewan met at the rim. Moreno with the rejection. Shot clock down to 10. Here's Oway with 17 points. Great pass.
That's really
and
good.
A throwdown from Moreno.
Oway's been so aggressive getting to the rim.
Good minutes off the bench all game. Oway with a shot clock down to 9. Step back 2. Way short. But the putback inside.
I love this freshman. Going to be a terrific player. Plays with great energy.
Moreno deep, too deep, and he gets it to go.
Kentucky going right at Tennessee early in this game. 3 out of their opening 4 possessions.
Every trip now in the last 90 seconds feels very important for Kentucky. Johnson, good roll there. Moreno, yes, too good.
A very tight window for Aberdeen to find Moreno.
Moreno, good passer. Pushes Okpara deep. Skyhook is good.
How good is this guy now and going to be? I mean, he went right at Felix Okpara, which every coach in the league will tell you may be the best inside defender in this league. It is a fist fight. Big part of this game, Ravi, Kentucky has doubled up. They have doubled up Tennessee points in the paint, 44-22. And they can.
Diabate, he has a mismatch here with Klatchar. Lowers it, no call. Throws up one off the top of the backboard, and that one is finally put up and in by Moreno.
That's too much of a collision for something not to be called.
Yeah. Good defense by Yelovich, very good. Great pass, Moreno from the flush. Chandler has taken over the game.
That's why Kentucky's so dangerous.
Throws a free throw up to the right and off. Moreno, really pretty play. He had both Condon and hand locked and ready to slam that down with a stuff. Undersized, but no back down at all for this kid. Here he goes again. Looked like he was almost going to fall down. There's the 2 70-footers, and that's a foul. There's a chance for 3 for Moreno.
I mean, that is all Mo Diabate like I'm talking about. This guy just continues to fight, and fight more. He gets monsters on the inside, but he gets low and somehow just works his way out of a hard, big double team to find Moreno on the backside and gets Kentucky a big basket with 6:25 to go.
I tell you, there's a lot of... Great defense by Malachi Moreno.
Mike White at shoot-around today. Is there any reluctance to run in Rupp? He said, absolutely not. We're going to push it all night. Moreno, high percentage look, throws it down.
And you see how quickly Owe gets to the rim in the corner. He's so good at getting to the rim. Look at that. One dribble, gets to the lane, and then gets the rim protection to come help him.
One as a point guard at Ole Miss in '98, and then 2 with the Florida Gators as their head coach. Moreno lost Millender and gets it to roll home.
Season. Second loss this season with 70-plus points in the home loss to Georgia on Tuesday. They go immediately inside to Moreno, who's able to convert and goes down with an ankle injury. To start this game, here's Malachi Moreno. Matched up with Murphy. Powers inside for a little jump hook. He doesn't play like a freshman.
No, not at all. I mean, he gets his left shoulder into the chest of Murphy. Not easy to knock Murphy back off of the path.
I don't think any coach is saying, okay, let's leave him wide open.
No, they're not. No.
Moreno, late in the shot clock. Banks it in.
Well, Auburn's playing small right now, and they got switched up a little bit with Murphy on the outside, so a good job by Moreno to understand it.
Make somebody else shoot the basketball. He's going to have to recognize that and either suck up the double team and continue to attack or find the open guy, and Kentucky gets easy baskets off of it.
South Carolina, 1 out of its last 8 from the floor. Trying to put an end to the drought. Knox going straight into the big man, and we got a tie-up. Now that might have been Diabate, I think, that's going to get credit. Ball back to Kentucky. Oh, Moreno.
That was by committee. I think
they did the entirety of the first.
For South Carolina, it's all about this shooting.
There's the deflection. Leads to a breakaway. Owe up, misses. Moreno, follow slam. Cox,
floppy
both
action.
teams in the bonus. 2-point game, 2.5 to play. Moreno to the rim. Moreno finishes.
Cat's defense was good against South Carolina. They moved to 17-0 under Pope when holding the opponent under 68. Meanwhile, Colin Chandler can't connect, but Malachi Moreno is there on the offensive glass. Always 6'4", 220, being guarded by the 6'7" Okereke. Now inside to Moreno. Jump hook, rolls home for the freshman from Great Crossing High School just up the road in Georgetown. Together different.
Well, and he's also absolutely fearless.
Moreno late in the shot clock. Lost it, regathers, and gets it.
Progress.
Moreno. Old school. League play, they've really come crashing back down to earth. Owe, Moreno. Moreno again.
Man, has he progressed. Just a very simple, quick zoom action from Moreno up top. And the ball never got reversed. Kentucky didn't have to move. It's hard to score on the first side of a defense. Stay aggressive, but make Kentucky work defensively. And
what a strong move.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left in this game.
Wow.
There you go, Moreno, and you feel good for him having just been out-rebounded on the other end. Go get one.
Ocean, that is a fact. That's not an opinion now. That was a fact. I made that statement. So once in a while, I do get right.
Yes.
but let me say this.
More than once in a while, Dick.
Good idea.
Yeah, and not worry about what they see.
Exactly.
Aberdeen, Moreno.
the two-man play right there.
It's a two-possession game. No more timeouts.
Offensive player the entire game. That's going to be a problem against T.O. Baird. He single-handedly beat Tennessee this year, just driving the ball downhill for 40 minutes.
Pretty play by Moreno on a give and go with Chandler.
That's good action on that empty side, empty corner two-man game between Chandler and Moreno. Turnovers on their 7 trips.
Well, there is a 7'5" guy on the floor now. That's Trent Burns. He tried to set one of those roadblock screens. Denied there with a block underneath for Kentucky at 60.
Still learning leverage. That's a process for someone that tall.
Moreno, he got through the double team and lays it up and in. They're trying to take advantage now of Burns.
At the collegiate level, a goalkeeper in water polo. And of course, he's turned his attention to basketball, and that's paying off as Moreno works against the wall that is Chignolo, and he's able to get it up and in. Well, Moreno's tall enough. So before the game, like, hey, we guarded our tails off and we're up on Saturday in the half court. Therefore, run good offense.
Great defense there. Moreno, Jimmy, with a big block.
If they don't have a possession where somebody has their own agenda, not one time.
Galway dribbles by, and Chignolo came over to impact that. Moreno does what you have to, which is flush it.
Offensive rebound pulled. And another chance. This is Owe ducking underneath. Offensive rebound. That is Moreno over the clean thing.